It's Ben Watson here. Today I have Dr. Gregory Martinez with me today. He's a doctor of physical therapy, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his philosophy of physical therapy and just what he's about. So stay with us. So Greg, tell us about where you're from.
I actually grew up in Davis County, grew up in Layton, Utah, and practiced there for a little while, and I still work in Davis County, just in the southern part instead of the northern part.
How old are you?
I am 32. Been out of school for 6 years now, out of PT school.
Where did you go to school?
I went to PT school at the University of Utah, and then I did my undergrad. I actually went to a year at Weber State here locally, and then I went to BYU to finish my undergrad in exercise science.
Nice. And you're a family man?
Family man, yeah. I have 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old little boy, and really active in sports. And then I have a 2-year-old little girl that just started dance today.
Oh, it's a big day.
She wears her dance shoes all day, every day, so it's pretty fun.
And so tell us where you work.
So I work with a company called Hand and Orthopedic Physical Therapy Specialists. So we have 4 clinics. One's in Bountiful, one's in downtown Salt Lake, the headquarters in Murray, and then we have a Draper site as well.
So do you have a specialty of what type of patient you like to treat?
Yeah, so as a clinic as a whole, obviously our name says that we have certified hand specialists that see our hand patients. For me, myself, I treat the orthopedic side of things, so anything really other than hand and elbow. So the people I like to see are people that are active, people that want to get back to health. So when we teach them concepts for empowerment and self-care, that they're going to actually act and follow through on some things, because I feel like that's where the greatest success happens, when people buy into their own health and want to help take care of themselves instead of coming somewhere to just try to get a fix.
Yeah, totally. That's great. And tell me about what type of activity do you like to do? Are you a runner, cyclist?
Yeah, so I grew up playing basically any sport that had a ball, right? I played football, basketball, baseball, tennis, a little bit of everything. Most recently, I've actually gotten a lot into pickleball.
Really?
So I played pickleball 3 times a week. Started entering a few tournaments. It has this connotation that it's for old people, but it's a really, really, really fun sport. So.
I wasn't going to say anything. Is your wife playing with you too?
Yeah, she got a paddle for Christmas, so we've played a few times together. She's getting used to it.
Yeah.
So we can set up some childcare and take her out to the courts and we hit around a little bit. Yeah.
Joey and I went down and played in Bountiful, some pickleball as well. We liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's a great workout.
It is. It's a super fun sport and a lot of longevity. So I got another at least 50 years to play. So that's the good news.
Yeah, that's great. So anything else that you want to tell people about yourself, or?
It's a good question. Really, I think the biggest thing is I love seeing people change, right? I think I got addicted to healthcare in general, not because of referring people out or giving them a quick fix of a medication or something simple, but I like being a part of a process of seeing someone become something different.
Yeah,
so I
that's
like
very cool.
Seeing the daily one-on-one contact with someone to watch them become a better version of themselves. And so I think that's what keeps me going and why I want to keep treating for as long as I can.
How often do you usually see a person for? Like, is it a week, couple weeks, or is it a month, or a couple months?
Kind of dependent on the injury. So post-operative patients will take a little bit more time usually, but I don't see anybody more than twice a week. And then we actually compare our numbers to a national database, and we try to keep it under the national limit. So basically, it's as efficiently as possible, right? Get them better as quick as we can, back to independence. And that can take longer with certain injuries, but we're well under the national average for a number of visits, because my theory is, I don't want people to depend on me for care. I want to empower them to take care of themselves, but always have me as a reference or a contact later on if they need it.
Yeah, so. Building relationships long term. You're guiding them, helping them stay strong, stay active.
Sure.
And okay, so there's been a lot of new advancements in physical therapy, dry needling, and a lot of other things. Tell me about your experience with dry needling.
Yeah, so dry needling, I've been doing it for about 3 years. There's a few different avenues you can take to get your training done. I think one of the biggest benefits from dry needling that I've seen is that we can affect the nervous system in a way that I couldn't with my hands. And so if people have a specific presentation where we know the nerve is involved, I can't get to that nerve ending or root through skin, but a needle can, right? And so if we can affect the system with a needle, it can help reach a state of homeostasis quicker. It creates a lesion, and that lesion actually causes microtrauma, and the microtrauma causes increased blood flow. When we get increased blood flow, that's the key to healing. It brings oxygen, all these healing factors to the area and improves their healing time.
How often are you using this? This is a daily tool that
Every day. Every day.
Wow.
So hundreds of needles a day.
And like 3 years ago, this was kind of just coming on the scene.
Yeah, so actually just a few years ago, it got added to the Practice Act for physical therapists in the state of Utah. So it's been available, and of course, acupuncture has been going on for years.
Yeah, what is the difference between dry needling and acupuncture?
So it's a tough question to answer. So acupuncture is more of an Eastern-based mindset. So they look at energy meridians and chi and flow, and that's a little hard to measure from a scientific standpoint, right? And so basically dry needling uses the same type of needle, but the approach is a little bit different. We follow anatomy and nerve points. And so we can track responses a little bit more accurately because we know exactly where we're putting the needle and how it affects what tissue we're targeting. But there's definitely some overlap with acupuncture and dry needling. It's just a kind of a westernized version of acupuncture, if you want to look at it that way.
Cool. Are there any other modalities like that are just kind of new and fresh that you use a lot that weren't available years ago?
Right now in the field of physical therapy, there's a new trend that's coming out now. It's called blood flow restriction, where they're trying to see if they can slow down the amount of blood you get to a tissue as you load it, and then see if you can increase strength gains quicker as you then let the blood come back into the muscle. So there's some training that's coming out. So a lot of trends with professional athletes right now. They're starting some continuing education. I've read a lot of literature on it and looking into taking some coursework there and seeing if it's something I can help patients with a little more.
Cool.
So,
well, thanks so much for coming by, and we wish you luck.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks.